Remember when friendships meant mixtapes, movie nights, and swearing loyalty over a greasy slice of pizza? Now it's lower back pain, ghosted group chats, and pretending you're fine because you've stuffed your feelings in a drawer like tangled cords of childhood trauma. Excuse me. Today, we're going to explore how real strength isn't about going it alone. It's about showing up, checking in, and having someone who's still got your back. We're unpacking why men are so lonely and how brotherhood might be the most underrated comeback of your middle years. Welcome to Kindness Rising.
This is Kindness Rising.
Good morning, foxes and vixens. Welcome inside the Fox's Den for Kindness Rising Live. Have you ever noticed how men will absolutely destroy their backs, helping a buddy move, but won't call that same guy when they're going through a divorce? Today, we're talking about a subject that's deep, it's quiet, and often invisible: male loneliness, especially after 40. The stats are rough, the silence is real, and the consequences are showing up everywhere, from mental health struggles to emotional flatlines. But the answer, it might be simpler than we think. It's not easy, but it's simple. Real brotherhood, the kind that doesn't require big speeches, just a text, a gesture, a check-in. So let's go there.
It isn't just chest and tricep day, Calder. I'm seriously processing some heavy stuff. Then breathe through the trauma, bro. I got you on the bar and the emotional baggage.
Thanks, bro. Just don't tell anyone I cried on rep 3.
That background music is super loud, bringing it down. All right. Here's your kindness spark. Welcome to Kindness Rising. If you're watching on demand, don't forget to subscribe and join the live channel every day, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, weekdays, and get over to the Mornings in the Lab channel. We are building the world's greatest network of shows that get you up and get you after it every morning right here on the Mornings in the Lab network. Let's talk some numbers first. In 1990, 55% of men said they had at least 6 close friends. Today, that number's dropped to just 27%. And the number of men who say they have no close friends at all, that's triple. This is what researchers are now calling the friendship recession, and it hits men harder as they get older. So why is that? A lot of us were raised on sarcasm and figure it out culture. We were trained to express love through fixing things, not feeling things. But here's the twist. Research shows that deep male friendships are critical to long-term health, emotional resilience, and even brain function. And yet we're losing that muscle as we age. Historically, it always wasn't this way. Way back in the 1800s, it was completely normal for men to hold hands, to write affectionate letters to each other, even pose in portraits with their heads on each other's shoulders. What? That kind of platonic intimacy started fading in the mid-20th century, and it was replaced by rigid norms and fear of being perceived as soft. Now, I'm not suggesting that we go back to those times. Can you imagine Keith and John over at Mornings in the Lab strolling down a lane, arm in arm? Keith may frolic from time to time, but that kind of bromance just isn't going to happen. But today, there is a quiet shift happening. Men are slowly reclaiming their right to feel, to connect and to show up for each other without shame. It isn't about group hugs and guitar circles and all that kind of stuff. But if that's your thing, I mean, that's your thing. Go for it. This is about reclaiming connection as a strength. It's about redefining what it means to man up, not in the rugged lone wolf sense, but in the I got your back way.
You didn't ask what's wrong. I appreciate that.
That's rule number 3 of Brotherhood. 1, don't finish your buddy's hummus. 2, always bring extra socks. And 3, let the silence do the hugging.
All right. Let's get back at it here. Welcome to Kindness Rising on the Mornings in the Lab Network, the only network built to help you get up and get after it every day. Hey X, welcome into Kindness Rising. You've reached the place that's your morning dose of hope, humanity, and humor. I'm glad you're here. Subscribe to the channel. Stick around for more fun and games. We're always here for you. We're building an amazing community with people like Lady Drew Boger. She's over on horizontal joining us. Thank you for joining us, Lady Drew. I appreciate you. I see others of you out there. Get involved. Get in the channel. We're building a community of brotherhood here. This is where you can get your connection. Right here on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Kindness Rising, 7:30 a.m. Eastern, and Mornings in the Lab, 8 a.m. on YouTube. Kind of a crazy jam. All right. Welcome back in. On Kindness Rising, we always highlight a couple of organizations that are helping us out along the way with our subject matter. Today, we're talking about Brotherhood, the male epidemic of loneliness, and how we can fight against it. And there are great organizations that are making Brotherhood more accessible and real out there in the world. First, let's highlight the Mankind Project. You may have heard of it. It's huge out there if you're into men's wellness and men's mental health. This international men's group hosts retreats and circles where men gather to explore emotions, rewrite their old narratives, and support each other. It's not therapy, it's self-help. These are people who are helping men help men. Circles are growing across the U.S. and beyond, offering a new model for connection. Second, let's talk a little about something a little bit more blue collar, but just as impactful. Men's Sheds. This place originated in Australia. They're spreading globally. They are community spaces where men gather to build, tinker, fix stuff, and in the process, open up. When we're out there together, working together, I know it happens because it happens for me. We're helping each other out on a project. We're building something. Just naturally, we start connecting and talking about things. And that's where real brotherhood happened. With Men's Sheds, think tool benches and coffee pots instead of couches and tissues. One member said, I came to work on a chair. I ended up fixing my life. This is Brotherhood in action. Get out and check out Men's Shed. Check out Mankind. There's lots of resources out there in the world for people to connect. All right.
Dude, it told me it understands disappointment.
It asked me how I really felt about my dad, Stan.
Do you think we overtrained it?
Emotions updated, soul not found. If I could, I would, but I don't know how.
Maybe not. Guess we better get back. That bot is now memorizing Fish lyrics.
Jam band humor like to bring once in a while in here. AI is out there to help us with these emotions. Remember, it can't feel, but it can help you process your things. There's lots of resources out there for you for support and for help in the world of mental health and emotional intelligence with AI. Here on Kindness Rising and at Mornings in the Lab, we combine human-led empathy with the AI tools that help us get it done faster, better, and with more energy. And there are AI tools out there to help you too. All right. Did you guys check out Mornings in the Lab yesterday? They go live every day, 8 a.m. Weekdays with Keith, John, and friends talking about great things. Yesterday we had an awesome guest that really leans into this subject. His name is Jeff Wickersham. He's got a company called Warrior Dad. He's building Brotherhood for real, not AI, not out there in the ether somewhere. He's building it for real. He's giving dads the tools and the connections they need to be truly present for their kids and families. Yesterday, he was dropping some serious nuggets and bringing a cool, vibrating energy that makes you want to act now. But the key is that's grounded in emotional awareness and selflessness. He's a brother I'm sure you can count on. Check out Warrior Dad, Jeff Wickersham. He's awesome. We know he's going to be coming back to the network here, joining us once in a while, jumping in, and you should get used to seeing him because he's an awesome dude. Listen to him. He's got great nuggets to share. Jumping back into the comments here. Colton O'Neill, I'm sorry you're leaving. Sorry you left. Come back sometime. Okay. Be driven. You're out there. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. You're out here every day, jumping in the comments, getting involved. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone who comes out, including Lady Drew, who's over on the horizontal, chiming away and interacting with my mother. Yes. Mom, get out of the cave and get into the man shed. That's advice she's given me a lot. I'm down here in my basement. My studio is set up here. Sometimes I get sucked in down here and forget there's a whole world out there, but I've been practicing getting up and getting out. Mom, I hope you had an awesome birthday. I saw your pictures from your little trip. I look forward to connecting later. Thanks for coming always and being here. You guys are the best. All right. Now, if you're sticking around after this, you got to head over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and the crew. They're diving into the gym as one of the last sacred places for male connection. And they're right. In the gym, it's okay to struggle under a barbell, under pressure. It's one of the few places where guys can really push each other hard, but support each other and not have to talk too much about it. That dumbbell rack, that's where the new locker room lives. The post-set fist bump, it might be the only physical touch a guy gets all week long. Brotherhood doesn't always come with music and monologues. Sometimes it's, you got one more in you, and I'll spot you.
It isn't just chest and tricep day, Calder. I'm seriously processing some heavy stuff. Then breathe through the trauma, bro. I got you on the bar and the emotional baggage.
Thanks, bro. Just don't tell anyone I cried on rep 3.
All right. Calder and Stanley out there, they get after it in the gym, their little makeshift gym of a tent in a festival. They're getting all jacked up. They look a little different today because they are working out, working hard every day. All right. Let's get real a second. If you're a man over 40, your personal brand probably isn't about slick filters and viral dances. I've seen a few dudes out there doing TikToks. It's kind of crazy, but it's about how you show up. It's about how you show up for your family, your friends, your crew, and your community. And that's where here at Mornings in the Lab, we bring up our EAT philosophy. It stands for experience. You've been through it. Careers, breakups, breakdowns, breakthroughs. That mileage, that's your story. It's for expertise. You know your stuff, whether it's running a business, raising kids, or finally figuring out how to work on the grill without burning the chicken. Authenticity. You've earned the right to drop the mask. Show people who you really are. Get into those dad jokes. Lean into those awkward pauses and make it happen because you are real. Trust. You keep your word. You've learned that being fake doesn't cover it. When you show up, you make it count. That is branding gold. That's the trust. And lastly, it's about entertainment, baby. That's why we're here right now on Mornings in the Lab and at Kindness Rising. The Mornings in the Lab network is building programming to entertain, inform, and educate you. And we're doing that. So entertaining, yes. Allow your branding to be fun. You're not a corporation. You're a character. Bring the energy, tell your story, and be more memorable because podcasts podcasts are dead.
Welcome to episode 1 of Motivation with Dave.
Congrats, Dave. Your podcast number 5,764,999 and still invisible.
Dave, nobody wants another podcast. Go live.
Going live was the best decision I ever made. True motherfucking story.
He knows the way to go at it is to get live, and we can help you do that right here on Mornings in the Lab. We're in the attention media right now. It's no longer social media. Podcasts are dead. Join us live on the Mornings in the Lab network. If you want your own 30-minute show, you want to show up for real online and in the world, we can help you do that at Mornings in the Lab. Reach out to me, Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy. I am on YouTube. I am on Facebook. I am on LinkedIn. Keith Billis, he's also out there getting it done and making it happen. We're building the world's greatest network that gets you up and gets you after it every day. Brotherhood is a brand. It's a vibe, a message, and a movement, and we're building it. We're building it right here. Keith, John, and crew, they're doing something no one else is doing. I'm doing something no one else is doing. We're showing up live every weekday to teach you how to build your presence, your platform, and your power without selling out or burning out. It's branding for real people, not for influencers. That's what. You build your brand, you have impact, then you become an influencer. Here's another thing. If you want to go deeper, if you want access to the full experience behind the scenes, expert breakdowns, creative tools, marketing playbooks, AI workflows, and even stories that actually matter, hit that subscribe button. Step behind the paywall over at Mornings in the Lab Network. Keith and I are coming out with more programming, more content for you that really, really helps you get at it. Every Friday, we're going live with our AI education. Keith gets after it all the time with new stuff. Eventually, I'm going to get there too. For less than the cost of a sad drive-through breakfast, you can support this movement, elevate your brand, learn how to turn your experience into influence. And if you're a brand that believes men is supporting men, help us out. Sponsorship packs are ready to roll. Down and dirty ads we can do for you. You can be a full-time sponsor right here on the network. It's great value. It's custom content options, message overlays, even AI-driven hippie ads. If you want to be in this network, we can create you as a character, get you in here with us, and really show the world what you can do. Hit us up, partner with us, help fund the future of meaningful media, because branding isn't about being polished. It's about being present.
But what if no one listens?
If it's live, they'll feel it. And when they feel it, they'll listen.
Show your expertise, your experience, your authenticity, and your truth through a live conversation.
Ditch the podcast. Start a live conversation on the Mornings in the Lab Live Network today.
To our groovy groove here, Bubba AJ or Bubba J. I don't know what I'm saying here. Welcome into Kindness Rising. Welcome to the Mornings in the Lab Network, your place for your morning dose of hope, humor, humanity, and hope. I've said it twice. There's a lot of hope happening here on the Mornings in the Lab Network and Kindness Rising. Lady Drew, you're still kicking it over there. You guys know we stream in both horizontal and vertical to make sure you can see us no matter where you are or what you're doing. Find us out there on YouTube. We are out here every day starting at 7:30 a.m. with Kindness Rising. Welcome into the Fox's Den. You're my foxes and my vixens. Let's continue to get at it. All right, now I want to jump into a little bit of good news. A couple of stories that show us how the idea of brotherhood plays out in real life. First up, let's talk about Alpha Phi Alpha. I've heard of it. I've seen it in action on college campuses. They're the first intercollegiate African-American fraternity. Since 1906, this group has built a legacy of brotherhood that extends way beyond college. Their members supported each other through civil rights battles, community organizing, and even helped build the MLK Memorial in Washington, D.C. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I love D.C. It's one of my favorite places. They got crazy stuff going on down there right now. Get over to Mornings in the Lab and listen to C. Marty Fitt talk about it. He's living down there, living through it right now. Get to DC and check it out. It's not as scary as you might think down there. And there's some really cool stuff. We got to remember our history. But Alpha Phi Alpha, it's not just networking. It's rooted care. It's generational trust. And it's action. Next, let's roll over to our pop culture corner. Who's the greatest bromance in pop culture history? Is it Keith and John? Maybe. I think they're becoming it for sure. Check them out. But really, I'm talking about the dudes behind Good Will Hunting and all those awesome movies based out of Boston. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. The two of them grew up together. They made Good Will Hunting together in a dirty, dingy office. And they've stuck together through everything. Bad roles, comebacks, divorces, even Dunkin' Donuts memes. Their friendship isn't performative. It's proof that men can support each other's success without the ego. They literally shared a bank account, like a couple. They shared a bank account in their 20s as they were building Good Will Hunting. And just to survive their hustle, they figured out a way to support each other through that. I think they're doing pretty well. They're both a little crazy sometimes, but their point is, those kind of friendships are the ones that last. They're the ones that matter. I've got my good friends, the ones that really matter. Throughout the years, I've had people come and go from my life, people who've popped in, I thought were valuable people, but then showed their true colors. Other people who I really liked and enjoyed, but life happens and they come in and out. But there's always a core group of people. I'm talking about Jonathan Romano up in Attleboro, Massachusetts. He's my brother from another mother. Johnny and I have been together for 30 plus years. We went to college together. We lived together for 3 years. We traveled Europe together. We were best men in each other's weddings. We support each other's families. We talk a couple of times a week, at least text each other, jump in and get in touch. We've been through a lot together, burying our fathers together, all kinds of stuff. That's the kind of friendship I'm talking about. I'm talking about guys like Chuck Bose, who's down in DC. He and I have been friends since we were 12 years old, in and out throughout life. We followed each other to college. We lived together for a little while down in DC. Chuck and I have been good boys. Chuck, I know you're out there listening sometimes. I love you, buddy. We'll see you real soon. I'm talking about Brian Pizer. Pizer and I lived together, went to college. We lived together for several years down in DC, went through most of our 20s together. You guys are the best. You're my friends. This is my core group of guys. I'm talking about a guy named Tom Stevens. Tom is a guy who I grew up with, went to high school with. We had our fallings out, but every once in a while we connect. That's what you got to do. Just stay connected. Keep that phone nearby. Check in with your buddies. Make sure everybody's doing all right and do it genuinely. That is brotherhood. It doesn't end when life gets busy. It just looks different and maybe even more essential. All right, I'm just checking out the dials here for a second as I work through the show. We're flying through it. We're 24 minutes in, checking in on some more things. I hope everybody's doing well. Don't forget to get over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith and friends at 8 a.m. this morning. They're going to be carrying forward the conversation about brotherhood.
Questioning hiring those two guys. They're totally MIA. That music festival was supposed to be 2 days long. They've been gone for a week.
This is simply preposterous. Dude, they've been playing the same song for a full week. It's so awesome. I hope it never ends. Oh! Oh! Music will never stop, my friend. We are trapped in eternal encore. Encore forever. Best festival ever.
Meanwhile, I've been home getting this week's Kindness Rising ready, and these two haven't even found the exit yet.
All right, getting back into Life's Like That. All right, here it is. We always move from call to action, right? There's a call to action. We move from thoughts to action. This is where the magic happens. We can sit here and talk about stuff all day long. I hope it's inspirational for you all. That's what we do, but we have to move from thoughts to action. So here's your kindness call today. We're calling it the Brotherhood Boost. Here's your challenge. Just text a guy you care about. Don't overthink about it. It could be your brother. It could be an old friend, a former co-worker. Just say, yo, thinking about you. You good? That's it. What that will do is it'll break the silence and bridge the gap. If you want to share about your post or your brotherhood, you can do it right here in our community at Kindness Rising or at Mornings in the Lab. We'll reshare stories if you want. If you want to tell us your story, don't hesitate to reach out to us. And if you're missing a brother, you don't have one, you're feeling a little lonely out there, I know a guy who will be your brother and accept you without judgment and help you through whatever you want. His name is Matthew Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and he's right here in the Fox's Den. That's me. And I know Keith Billis and John Anderson will do the same for you over at Mornings in the Lab. Share your stories, get out there, help your buddies out, become a brother, and you will live better. Thank you so much for joining us here on Kindness Rising. I appreciate every one of you. If you're out there watching it on the on demand, I know you're not getting up and after it every day. Try to do it. Get up with us 7:30 a.m. weekdays, Mornings in the Lab, and Kindness Rising on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook. All right. So here it is. Brotherhood isn't loud. It's not flashy. It's not a big speech at a wedding or some Hallmark thing. We do those things. I have some great stories about some crazy best man speeches and little moments of motivation that we've had with each other, and even Hallmark moments and crying together and all that stuff. That's okay. But guess what? It's about showing up. It's remembering each other's birthday. It's being the friend who helps you move and remembers to bring pizza along. That's what brotherhood is about. We're building brotherhood here at Mornings in the Lab with all of our friends who come and join us every day. We've got guys like Buzzy B. Driven. We got people like Lady Drew Boger, who never, ever fails to show up. We've even got my mom, Roseanne Roof, dropping kindness nuggets and inspiration from another day. Thank you so much for joining us here on Kindness Rising. We're building the greatest network on earth, the greatest network of live shows that get after real conversation with hope and humanity and humor. We're having a lot of fun doing it. I know you'll have fun when you come and join us here on the Mornings in the Lab network. Remember this, loneliness is real, but brotherhood, that's the antidote. And as we always say right here on Kindness Rising, stay uncommon and stay kind.
These guys play every night like it's the first time.
Kind of like Kindness Rising, he shows up every weekday morning, fresh and ready. He never misses a show.
They're real, every note, straight from the heart.
That's Kindness Rising. Real people, real energy, real talk.
Missed note, broken string, they just keep rolling.
Yep. Like Kindness Rising, it's about showing up, not being perfect.
Feels good being part of something real.
Music, kindness, worth showing up for.